Greetings to you. This is Christian Family Life. It's Emete Kaminga, your host tonight. And today we have a visitor. Okay, not really a visitor, but somebody is a partner in this ministry, and we've had him here before. And tonight we are yet to discuss on another interesting topic. But before I introduce the topic, I just want to welcome him. It's good to have you at Christian Family Life.
Thank you.
How have you been?
I've been good.
Everything fine?
Yeah.
Okay. We thank God. Would you please remind our viewers your names?
My name is Nagunjira Godfrey, and I'm a family counselor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nagunjira Godfrey, and he is a family counselor. One of the reasons why I bring him here most of the time, so that we can learn a lot from him. So today we want to discuss on a very interesting topic. It could be helpful to you who is already married, you are in your home today, or the people who are planning to get married in the nearest future. So my question, or I'm concerned and I really want to know, and I want Mr. Godfrey to help us. When a man starts the process of searching for a partner, yes, for a wife to be, I know, I don't know, for girls, we used to have a long list. You have things like 10 of them that you want in a man who will be coming to you. I don't know if it is the same for boys, for men. If yes, maybe you would help us with the main things that a man is searching for in a woman or somebody who is going to become his wife. I normally hear people say, this girl, she's not a wife material. So what determines a wife material? Yes.
Thank you. That's a great question. Men also have a long list of what they're expecting in their future wives. Even me, I had my list. And sometimes people delay in that process because you have this list, and as you look for a future partner, as you try to look at your list, you find that ABCD is lacking, and then you go back to the drawing board, keep coming back, you try it. So many have tried, and some are still searching in their 40s.
I know.
There are those who do it within 6 months. They're already married.
They've gotten a
so
person.
That list is very key. But the first thing I would say, if you're looking for that future partner, the right person, you've got to be the right man too. Yes.
Okay, how?
So if you're saying you need a good woman, are you a good man too?
I don't know. How would I find out that I'm a good man?
So you need to question. God has given us the potential to look into ourselves. It's a potential God has given to us as humankind. So you can look in a mirror and say, I'm right on this one, I'm right on this one, I'm wrong on this one. So there's that potential God has given us. So the list is very long. But among the key ones, there's being faithful. A man needs someone who is faithful.
Okay.
You say something, and you have to be right, and you have to follow through. So when that ingredient lacks in men, it is a big problem. Another thing is being honest.
Being faithful, being honest.
Yeah, being honest. Men are so attracted to that, being honest. They need someone who is not just hiding things. If you tell me straight away, then I will. It attracts us. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing is being respectful. I believe men are wired in a way that when you respect a man, you've loved him. I think for you who's married, you know that. you disrespect a man, this man will feel unloved. Even, men are wired in a way, even when he meets someone on the way, on the market, and this person shows respect. Men could be taken by that. So if you are looking for a partner, and that this partner is respectful, the way they speak, the way they behave around people, men love that ingredient. It is very, very key as far as men are concerned in this area. Another thing is a beautiful woman.
Oh yes, I was waiting for that.
A beautiful woman. I think men are selfish, and there's no problem. They all love someone who's beautiful. But that beauty has to be accompanied with what I would call the inner beauty. Because you could be having this outer beauty, but inside you're empty. So this beauty goes together. Sometimes you find someone is not very beautiful, but because they took care of their inner person, there is that beauty that attracts us. Yes. So beauty is very, very important. No one would love to marry an ugly woman. And remember an English saying that says, beauty belongs to the eyes of the beholder.
Yes, I was about to ask you that. How do you define beauty? But now I understand. For you, it could be the inner beauty. For the other person, it's the outer beauty, and the housing.
Yes, but most brothers, they always go for that outer beauty.
Oh yeah, for the housing.
Yeah, they come to detect or to find out about the inner beauty when they are already married. And that is very bad.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. Maybe some people just get into this relationship very quickly, and then tomorrow they're married, and then you start discovering things you didn't expect, and then some people get disappointed, and then sometimes it starts issues in their marriages right away. Yeah. And another one being, if you have a smart woman, an intellectual, I think you've seen intellectual women men are so attracted to intellectual women. And even I think that goes both sides. Even women love men who are intellectual.
Yes, sure.
Being smart, and because a man would. I remember I was in a conference with a friend of mine, and his wife was presenting, and everyone was saying, this guy became very proud. He was so excited. That's my girl. That's my girl.
Yes.
So, but the issue is that women sometimes they forget that area when they get married. Their intellect just stagnate. You find men, they're always reading newspapers, they're watching news, they're watching educative programs, but sometimes women just get taken up by family issues, take care of the kids, work, and they forget that to grow in that area. And that's why you find sometimes men are ahead.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't mean women are lacking anything, but it's because they didn't give it much time. Yeah.
Can we attribute that maybe to the family responsibilities? Yes, it is understandable, but maybe the husband also somewhere stopped supporting this person, so that she finds no time. She comes from work, she has babies to take care of, she has home and every other responsibility. I think if the man also keeps supporting that which he saw from the beginning, or even demand, would remind you used to do this and this, what happened? Maybe in that way, this woman would feel like, oh, I need to do something about this.
Yeah, the wife needs support from the husband, but also the woman needs to that is a personal thing, because the husband will support someone who is interested in that. But sometimes you find they are not even interested. They have changed, their lifestyle changes.
Okay.
Yeah. But you find that women can get time to gossip. You get?
Yeah.
It's like someone's telling me that he doesn't have time to go to church for praying. I don't believe that. Because these days, we even have weekly, during week services, there are weekly services, even Saturdays. So if someone says, I don't have time to pray, no, I don't believe. Because with God, it's a relationship. So how do you fail to get time for someone?
Then there's no relationship.
Yes.
In that case,
if there is a relationship, if you really want to empower yourself, to improve yourself, you need to create time for it. Like like my mother who was in the village, you find that the lifestyle there is different from town here. Like in the village, they wake up, they go in the gardens, they go take care of a lot of things, children, whatever. By the time they come back home, they're very tired. But now in the cities, we have maids. You find most of our women, they are not very busy. You come home, you just like, have you done this and this? And then they go on WhatsApp. It's like they're supervisors. Sometimes they're like commanders, like the sergeants in the army. Okay. So, but you can always get time to improve on yourself, because the secret I can give you is that men love an intellectual woman or a smart woman.
Yeah, point taken. So we need to stop the excuses. I stopped going to the gym, I stopped doing this and that because I've given birth, because I have a baby. That's a personal point that you need to take and have time for that.
There is another point. Men, we need someone who is understanding. Yeah. It's like you could be having a problem. There are men who would have a problem and they say, how will I tell her?
But why? Maybe it depends.
If a man makes a mistake outside there, some men just keep things for themselves because they know the moment I tell her, that will be trouble. So they just keep it to themselves. So, but when you have someone who is understanding, you can open up anytime you want.
Okay.
Anytime you feel there is something you need to communicate, something burning inside you, you need to tell someone. And if you're not free to tell someone, then there is a problem. So some men are lucky they have women who are understanding. And that is very key as far as a marriage relationship are concerned.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So thank you. Those are main things that you would look at when you are searching for a woman, for a wife.
The list is very long,
and
depending
the list is
on...
very long. And a question comes to me. So what if I have a list of maybe 10 things, for example, and then I meet somebody who has like 5 or 6 of them? Would I take the risk, accept the person, and then expect maybe to grow as we relate and live together, and expect that the 4 or the 5 or the other things that were missing will be built along the way? Or I would wait until I get that person who has the 10 that I'm looking for?
I don't think you never find someone who has all the things you're looking for. Because there are things, as you start having this relationship, talking, there are things you discover in this person. And you say, because I've seen this, I can forget other things.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes you sacrifice other things and you say, because of this, I forget about. Sometimes you forget about maybe beauty or whatever, or intellect, and you say, this woman is very faithful. This girl is very respectful. Some men are taken up early by that. Only those three or 2, and forget about the others. But if you're smart enough, or you're lucky, or God can help you to build even the other areas you've been looking for. So, but I don't think, because there is no perfect person in this world. So as you relate, as you get close to know each other, there are things you ignore and you go for the things you've identified in the future pattern.
Okay. Yeah, so it is possible that actually some things can be learned.
Yes.
Through the relationship. Because, there are some things like, for example, being able to apologize or accept mistakes. Some people think that they are good at that, not until they interact with a person and they realize they're actually not good at all. They don't even know how to accept and own mistake and ask for forgiveness. So, yeah, there are some things that can be learned. You can learn from each other, provided that you have gotten the key things for you, because your key things might not be my key things, might not be your key things. But if you have gotten the key things, then you can move on. That's how I get it. Wow, so we have gotten you. We are talking to men today. You have gotten that beautiful girl. You have identified some few things and you have decided to get married to her. And then you reach home. The girl starts boring. You start being bored around her and you don't have the same feelings, the same interest for her anymore. You instead feel attracted from the outside more than the person that you have at home. What could be the problem? What happens?
Wow, that's a very big question.
It is, and it is happening out here. So we need to understand, and how can we control that?
When people get married after the wedding and whatever, then you face the reality.
True colors.
Your true colors. Because during this dating, whatever, those first steps, some people try to hide the other side of them. And they try to bring out the good side only.
They sugarcoat.
Yeah, they sugarcoat it. So, but when you reach home, I remember after our wedding, we had some bills to pay, and me, I had priorities. I say, this is the priority, and then she was saying, no, I need this. I need it fast before we clear this. I said, what? So inside me, I said, oh, I'm the man. I'm the boss.
Okay.
But as the argument heated up, I had to give in for the sake of peace.
Yeah, sure.
So I think many people who have just got married, the newly married, you start discovering things. There are people who can't even handle an argument. They are disrespectful. You forget the person you are talking to. You just focus on yourself and what you want, and you forget that this person I'm talking to is very fragile. So you need to be careful, because the moment you hurt this person, some people run away, some people withdraw.
Yes, yes.
And in that withdrawal, they start getting attracted to people outside.
Oh, okay.
That's when you find someone doesn't want to go home, it's time for home, and say, why am I going home this time?
What am I going to do?
Yeah, because there is unfinished business. The moment you step in there, they start criticizing you. and previously I said that a good home is like a shower, like having a shower from a long journey.
Yes, yes.
So as a man reaches in the house, and then criticism starts right away, he just says...
Even before he sits down.
Yes. He just thinks in himself and say, why am I here?
Yes, why did I come?
Why did I come? So I would have come when everyone is in bed.
Oh.
Eh?
Yeah.
So if it's not a religious man, he will go to the bar. And you know what happens to the bar? There are many sisters there who can
Take care of him.
take care of him. And then he's gone. Bring him back to be a problem. Another issue is like people have differences, like in the way we control anger. When someone is angry, you know, in marriage I said it is real life. It's not a fantasy world. It is real life. And you've got to be committed. But there are people who can't handle the anger. They have a lot of repressed anger in them. And the moment you spark that anger, they will respond in a very bad way. As I said, also they can also withdraw, and then they go look for someone else who gives them a good time, who's not going to give them a hard time. So we have got to be very sensitive. Yeah, but sometimes people have a long honeymoon. You know, biblically honeymoon is like 9 months, is it? Around 1 year. Some people can have just the first year is easy, everything's okay. Then she gets pregnant. The complications that comes
Automatic changes.
Yes, and men can't understand what is going on. It's like when a woman is pregnant, all have got changes in her body, and a man is demanding for sex. At that time, the woman's body have changed, and as a man, you've got to understand she's in this state.
Yes, it's a season.
Yes, but some men can't understand, maybe because of how we are brought up. And you know, men love sex so much, so they will say, she doesn't love me anymore.
Oh, okay.
And then that makes them go outside and look for. These days they call it a second dish. So they start these affairs outside. So we need to ask ourselves questions. How do I take care of my man? How do I take care of my girl?
Yes.
If I made this, if I was angry, if I withdrew, if some people just storm out. So the woman just said, oh, what is this? So, and this not only applies to men, even women can also do that.
Yes, yes.
Because like these days, women are in the workforce. The women's body have changed. They have a lot of confidence. They are well educated. So if they feel like they are attracted, they can even say it. They can even approach someone. You know, sometimes you look at things these days and you say, what is going on?
I mean, life has changed.
Life has changed, and morals have gone down. So it is very, very, very bad today. And as parents or people who go to church, we need to go back to our knees and bring back the biblical way of living. As a man, you are supposed to live this way because the Bible is very clear. It gives us guidelines on how we should live. As they say, men, love your wives, no matter what. And the women, respect your men. Yes. And the moment I feel respect at home, I will stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in other words, you're saying some of the reasons why some men can feel attracted outside their homes or their marriage is first, they are not taken good care of. Second, it could be because of the way they manage each other in terms of their talk, the communication, how you manage the anger and everything. Yeah, but so what should be done in that case? Do we accept that we leave it like that? Whoever wants, I fail to solve things in my home, I go outside to look for a solution. But remember, this person I'm looking for is also a person, might have strength and weakness as well. So would people keep on changing from one person to another, or maybe we need to do something right from ourselves?
As a humankind, no man plans or woman plans to go have an affair outside. Because of the frustration of what you're going through, so at work you end up having this friend. This is how an affair starts. And this friend, she's so nice. Oh, he is so nice. He's caring. You see all the things you're looking for in your partner, and you see this man is having them. Have almost everything. He's handsome, he's intellectual, he's what. And you say, wow.
But he's not your guy.
He's not your guy, but this is what you're looking for. And the brain knows what it wants.
Yes.
Whether it's your wife or you're not your husband, you're not your wife. The brain says, this is what I want.
Oh.
This brain doesn't get saved.
Okay.
Yeah. Tells you, this is it. So you live, they start lying to each other. They start showing, they portray the best, their best. It's like the man is so caring, he's so loving, he thinks about me, he calls me, he does what? And this man, the husband or the wife, doesn't even think of calling the husband or the wife. So you see this man and you say, this is what I've been looking for. So you find yourself in that fantasy world. And most of the affairs take like 6 months, a year, and no one knows what is going on there. But as it grows and grows, you start forgetting the responsibilities at home.
Oh, okay.
And it causes a lot of pain. So no one plans to have that affair. It comes as you move in life because of the frustrations and whatever, and many other reasons.
No, I think I would not agree with you because, of course, you know what you're feeling for this person, and you know where it will eventually lead you. Why not, draw back and say, I'm feeling this. I know it's what I would wish to have, but I can try this side. Why is it that this feeling good, this being taken care of, this, everything, why can't it work back home? To your wife or to your husband?
I remember one man, a very strong man, was telling me that for him, he has many weaknesses, but in that area, he's very strong. And I told him to be very careful. Like 2 years down the road, he was sleeping with his secretary.
Wow.
So I think God has wired us in a way. A humankind is very complicated. Sometimes we can't manage these feelings. But if you're smart and sensitive, you can detect and run.
Sure. Because you feel that.
Yeah.
If you've not been thinking about somebody and then you start thinking about them and you cannot rest, not until you talk to them, something is happening. And you feel it as it comes. You
feel it, but some people can't control it. It controls them. Become controlled by and driven by it. Because these two people try to bring out the best out of themselves. So it becomes very, very, very hard for these two parties to separate. That's why in terms of healing, you need help. You need an external help.
When do I start seeking for help? At what stage?
That's a very good question. In our culture, people don't come and say, I did this and this. That is a problem. Until you're caught.
Your life
until you're caught. When you're caught, that's when people start apologizing. But I would love to see someone say, I did this and this, and I'm very sorry. And from there, you look for help.
Okay.
Because your husband would ask you, why did you go out? Why are you doing this? And you don't even have the right reasons. But as you go deep, if you meet a family therapist, you would sit and discuss and talk, and then you discover the root cause of that. Yes.
Okay.
These affairs are very, very, very complicated. And in healing, it doesn't take just one day or two. It could even, you need a process of like a year, meeting the therapist, talking about issues. What do you think led to this? And how could we solve this? This therapist would facilitate you to walk that journey to the process of healing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very, very interesting. Anyways, thank you so much. You are giving us good wisdom nuggets here. And so we want to come closer to the conclusion of our show. So does that mean we don't have so much that we can do about this? Because, you know, it's a damage to the family, and it's really hard. Like you said, it is complicated to tell who, what, or where. But so what can we do as married couples? I mean, what am I supposed to do as a wife, and what is a husband supposed to do, maybe to avoid or control happening of all these things?
Before I answer that question, there are other key reasons. Back to your question, you should give me like a minute. There is unrealistic expectations. You marry this man and you have this unreal expectation, and when you reach home, it's a different world.
Yeah,
so
different.
People get frustrated with that, and then they just say, why am I here? How do I get out of here? So if they can't get out, they start misbehaving outside.
Okay,
Get?
they find a solution.
And again, there are other people when they're like in their midlife crisis period. They are, whether men or women, they misbehave.
Oh.
During the midlife crisis, that's when you look back, you are aging, you are almost getting retiring, and then you start to say, I'm missing this. And then because of doing this and this, been hurting each other all this time, and then the wife starts getting outside and get someone or a man. And then there's a times when, like when you look at men, they love sex. But for women, it's not their priority.
Okay.
Sometimes women would say, if sex is not my priority, why would it be to his priority? Yeah?
I mean, so people should understand that they're not made in the same way. And so
yeah, those are lucky.
they try to,
but there are those who can't.
To understand each other.
There are those who, sometimes people love each other so much, love themselves so much, and they don't care about
their feelings of the
yes.
spouse.
I read a book called The Male Brain and the Female Brain, and I would recommend those books. If you want to understand your man, read those books. A man read the female brain, and a woman read the male brain. Okay. So you will be able to understand your man and their needs. Because there's another book called His Needs, Her Needs.
Okay.
And the moment you understand my needs, and I understand your needs, then we can meet somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. So thank you so much for being part of this today. I hope you have learned quite a bit on the things that you can, the main things that you can look for in search of a wife, and how to maintain, you know, the things in that person so that you keep new, you know, you are attached all the time. I've known families where their life is a honeymoon. accept the normal challenges that come, but their love, like the two of them are always like this. And it helps them to fight every challenge that presents itself on their way. You see, those are people who understand each other. There are people who support one another. There are people who would easily tell the partner what happened. Yes, so and so told me this, and you know, and they help each other. Like you said, understanding one another is very, very important. So may God bless you, and thank you so much for coming. We see you again. Bye.